and welcome to the Lucy Show. This is week 4 of 4. So you think, all right, there's a week off then, is it? No, this is the penultimate show of 2021. So next week we've got the Christmas party, and then we've all got a month off for Christmas so that you can spend less time with this and more time with your family.
Even though you don't want to.
Yeah, exactly. I'm enforcing you to spend time with people that you may be genetically disposed to be around.
Yeah.
Other than that, please tell me where you are, what you're up to. We already had apologies for absence. Is that?
Yes.
Yeah. So Lou in New Zealand won't be here this week, but I'm sending love, Lou. Everyone else, please get involved on the chat. I managed to bring something up on my phone just then I need for the show, and then completely deleted it within the first second of the show.
Of course you would.
Well, I was like, delete. Let's make sure this all works really fine.
Now you have to find it.
And now I have to find it.
And no help from me.
No. So let's get on with the format, so to speak. Have you all got your Christmas decorations up, or have you just celebrated Hanukkah? Yesterday was the 8th night where the gifts are given. So please tell me what gifts you got given or what gifts you gave. I don't know how it works. And
there's giving, receiving, giving.
I know, but is it you're allowed to talk about what you've given, or is it like,
Well, it depends if it's socks.
Yeah, get in touch if you gave socks for Hanukkah. Have you got your decorations up? Are you the sort of person? I know that I've got my Christmas decorations up in my truck because I like to see tinsel and fairy lights. We had our tree up, as I've said, early November. We would have gone October. We just didn't have the tree.
Yeah. And we couldn't find the decorations.
Oh God, that was a beautiful thing. We couldn't find Christmas. We were like, it's fine. It's not fine. Really not fine. We're so basic.
So the last box that we looked in,
there it
Christmas.
Is, and that's out of a room, an absolute room. Hi from Michael. I haven't seen this since I lived on the wooden sailboat. Did I tell you about Michael living on a sailboat?
Yes.
Is it a long ship? Would you have said it was a long ship? I mean, I know it was a ship. And it was long. It was tall.
They're tall
ships, not long
because
ships.
They have sails.
Yeah, a long ship would be like a tugboat.
Or a barge.
Barging your way around. Hey, big hello to Clyde. Hey up me duck.
It's our baby boy here.
Yes. Hi, Mum. Hi, Ray. Hi, everyone. And hi to Mum's sidekick. Also, welcome to the Christine Show.
Hello, darling.
I got
counting down the days.
I got the idea for some good stuff to listen to from Lucy for Hanukkah. That and a card. No socks. Got myself some things. Well, always treat yourself first. Because I can't be, I can't just pop next door to Jason's house with him being in America. I suggested, I gave him the Guardian of the Galaxies Volume 1 and 2 soundtrack because he likes to walk his dogs. Also I sent him the Michael Parkinson interview with Lily Savage. If Lily Savage hadn't come into his life, I thought, well, it's not going to be one of those accidental clicks of, you liked this, you may also like this. So yes, I hope you get a chance to listen to it and then fall down the YouTube rabbit hole of how many. Yep, great gifts. Oh, thank you very much, Jason. Is it Chag Hanukkah? I think that's my Yiddish is rusty. I mean, you could also say it's non-existent. We've got another thing I've been told is I have to do a shout out to my colleagues Steve and Tonks. And in fact, I think it was yesterday or today, they went, here, give us a shout out on your radio show. It's not a radio show. No. And I also pointed out that I say thanks to them every week in the thank you section. But
they obviously don't listen that far.
I imagine that Steve was in bed 2 hours ago. Right. He's one of them. Because, I mean, he'll be getting up in 5 minutes to get to work. And Tonks as well. Honestly, in half an hour, they'll be sitting outside that quarry waiting for the weighbridge to open. Yes, they're early to bed, early to rise. I'm really proud to work with them. Thanks for setting such a precedent for us all to follow.
Not.
In fact, Craig, A-up duck, we've got another A-up duck. So we've got 2 A-up ducks. Are you the same? Ooh. Or is that 2 ducks? I don't know. We've got then, I wanted to say hello, and I'm going to dedicate this show to a friend, Sergio Santos. It's a comedy show, so I'm going to keep it very brief. But recently found out that Sergio is no longer with us anymore, and I was on tour with Sergio. And Sergio, he was my crazy Portuguese, and he used to call me his crazy Welsh woman. And he was rock and roll, so he had a ponytail,
right,
and the biker jacket, and he had a big, huge ring, so like skull head, and like, you know, crosses on every single finger, and the big, chunky bracelets. I mean, the man was carrying about 12 pounds of metal on each hand at any one
That's
time.
dedication.
How he steered the wheel, I don't know. I remember where we used to work, there's this culture of, if you're not working, you need to be up and look like you care, which for some people doesn't work as easily.
No.
And if I was to tell pretty quickly, you wake up and there's 20 other people all of higher stature than you in the company, and you think, right, so if a job comes in, they're going to give it to me over these guys. And I've got to get up and be like, oh, if only there was some way I could help, which is not, it's not my nature to be like that. And Sergio and I were sat there having, well, I was having a cup of coffee, so he toddles off to his cab. He comes back with a can of lager, and the coven, they were like, oh, you can't be drinking. He's like, I'm not working. If I'm not working, I have a beer.
Drinking.
It's my day. It's my day off. It's what we would do. And the shitstorm that entailed trying to, as they kept going, no, if you're not, what if job came in? And he's going, you're not going on me. Look, you're all free. And anyway, I could say no. They were, what if they wanted you to do the job? Well, then I'd say I couldn't. I've had a drink. He was brilliant. Yes, fond memories. In fact, here, cheers to Sergio. You mad bastard. Who reminds me every now and again to be a little bit wilder. Sometimes you can say yes, and maybe I do need a Harley. No, it's too far. But I mean, I'm sure on him it would have looked brilliant. He may not have known where he was going, but he could drive there really fast. There was a way of if it's called following. So the one person would be in the front and everyone would follow, and he'd overtake at 1,000,000 miles an hour. Not a clue where he was going. I just want to overtake. They're going so slow. You just see him going past you, and you're thinking, he doesn't know the address. How's he gonna? Okay, fine. Oh man, sorry. Yes, Sergio is crazy and is very, very missed. This one. Oh, hang on. We've got one duck from Stoke, or is that Stoke? They read books in Stoke. Is that right? I love it. I love this. The world's strongest man is from Stoke. Stoke. And he's written a book, and I love the fact he'd written a book about being world's strongest. Clyde, Derbyshire, A-up me duck. May I ask where that duck is from? There we go. There's a new game. Where's that duck? Spot that duck. Hang on. You can quack. I'll see if there's an accent. Oh. Yeah, that's I made sure I was 3 truck drivers, one and I had to make sure I mentioned first of all. And the Hanukkah, yeah. Also, did you know Hanukkah moves? It's like Easter, but not Easter, obviously, completely different religion and festivities. But yeah, it moves. It's not the same dates. Oh. It's always in December, but I like to think there's this unity in different religions where everyone's going, do you know when it is?
We must look at the moon.
The only time you get those little diaries out and go, what does it say? When is it? And Jason has put, yes, due to the lunar calendar.
I said to the moon.
No, not always in December. And Craig, lunar calendar. All right, you fancy buggers. Okay, some of us use Google. Because I put when is Hanukkah, just double check. Because I wasn't quite sure if there was any more further activities or festivities. And it said it was there. And then it said underneath, it's always in December, but it moves. Do you know what? That just underlines that sometimes you cannot trust the internet blindly. No. Right. Well, there goes me writing a history book based on Wikipedia. I'm just cross that off the list. I am Jewish. Ha ha ha. No Google. I imagine you're inbuilt. Then you just know that. When's the presents? I imagine that's when it's inbuilt. You can. When's the presents? Now, I had a couple of things happen this week. On Friday, went to the pub, and they're really into playing pool. Snooker. Pool in America would be pool. Pool. Yeah, pool. Shooting pool.
Yeah, because snooker's different.
Yeah, snooker's, no one understands snooker. So playing pool. And
no one understands playing pool.
I can do the yellow and red formation.
Okay.
And I can see the angles. So I can be like, if I tap that to the side, it can go in there.
Oh, that's the thing, isn't it? Tapping it.
I can see the angles.
Right.
I just can't deliver the angles.
Okay.
And something about it, every time I pick up a pool hall, some absolute arsehole comes over and goes, all right, darling, if you want to hit it just there on the side, it'll be able to bounce back. Like that, get your fingers off my table. I'd rather fuck up than get your advice. Thank you very much.
Is your 50p on the table?
Exactly. You can take your 50p. And that was a space quote. And I was watching it, and I sort of turned around just as I was watching it. I let an amazing woman down the pub. She made a shot. She needed to get the red in, which went in, but straight after was following the yellow. She turned to it and she just went, "Don't!" And the yellow stopped on the edge, on the pocket. I had never seen a pool ball terrified in submission. It was fantastic. I was thinking, what would she be like with men and dogs? Wow. Like the Crocodile Dundee of Devon.
Is that a crocodgator?
I know what I'm getting for Christmas.
A crocodgator.
Crocodgator. Oh, I wonder how you'd wrap that. I wonder if it sits still.
Well, the one half would be very big and the other half would be smaller.
We've got Craig, I'm a crap at pool unless I've had some beer. I think that's the same for everybody. Also, he's not Jewish, but church upbringing, band, and almost became a vicar. Almost became a vicar. Ooh. Ooh. I'd love to know the name of the person that told you not, that convinced you otherwise. It's like, you know how with vegetarians, it's always bacon sandwiches. What was the straw that broke the camel's back on joining the club? Her name was Serena.
Well, that's only if you're Roman Catholic. Don't forget, if you're C of E, you can carry on as norm.
Some would argue so if you're Catholic as well. Oh, let me get into tickle. Also, as our calendar has the year without restarting, AC, AD, after Christ, after death.
Okay.
That's thrown me. Is it not Gregorian? Yeah, we'll ask him. Is that normal pool or 9 ball? I don't know. At the time, there were only 2 balls on the table, 3 if you include the white. And then today, 2 things happened. One was this amazing thing, and if Stephen Tonk watched it, Tonk was with me. There's roadworks up by the entrance to the sand quarry. So it's temporary roadwork. So you've got a traffic light here and a traffic light here. So when this is red, this is green. When this is red, this is green. And that's how temporary traffic lights work. So I see this lot come through and then they stop. And then this traffic light just completely blank. Completely blank. Not even on red or yellow or green. Just no power going to this light whatsoever. I thought that's interesting. So I hesitated because I thought, well, I don't want to start and then play chicken because we'll have all just, everyone having to reverse. I thought, this is strange. But another one went off, did my thing, came back. But the other side wasn't working. And I thought, well, why is that truck got its traffic management little van? Why has that got its flashy lights on? And when I looked, the man who was babysitting the traffic lights, he was having a lovely sleep. He was laid out along the 3 front seats. His nameplate, shout out to the snowman, or should I say the slow man. So I just gave a couple of beep beeps, and I hope that I woke the beauty from his slumber, and that he was then able to go back to his duties, which he was probably on £20 an hour fucking doing. Wakey. And then I like to try and paint a picture. And today I got really irked. And I don't know whether it was because I was cold, whether I was hungry, whether I was just tired at the end of the day. But I was putting some fuel into my truck. At which point I heard a car arriving because they had the radio on so loud their own eardrums would have burst. And
That's why they have to open the windows.
No, the windows were shut.
Oh my God.
Windows were shut. And it was just... And I thought, it sounds like shit music. And I imagine inside it's just louder shit music. It was a BMW.
Oh
really
my gosh.
flash BMW. Couldn't tell, but it might have been a private number plate. And out skipped what I believe to have been a 12-year-old boy.
Yes, that's usually the case.
It was overcast and raining, so he had his sunglasses on top of his head. Judged. BMW, judged. Shit music, judged. Loud shit music, judged. And I couldn't get my eyes off him. I genuinely have underwear older than this child. And all I could think of was, you must be fucking rich. The insurance on that for a child.
Yes.
Because insurance now is about £1
but
million.
Would he have put it through his mum's name?
Still has to be a named driver, doesn't he?
I know, but it's not as expensive.
It's still not cheap. It's about £1,000 or so, even on a little car.
That's it.
Yeah. So I'm seething at him, and he's only stopped in to put about a tenner's in because he's there. But when somebody from the other side of the pump uses it, my pump slows down. Judged, right, okay, this kid is knocking it out of the fucking park. He then proceeds to stay on his phone texting the entirety of the time.
Oh,
now,
good.
I know there's been scientific experiments that, using your phone whilst next to a fuel pump does not cause spontaneous combustion. But for me, there's a sign that says, don't use your phone. And I know he can read, because he was on his phone texting, unless maybe he could only be working through the medium of emojis. And we should have had, I think there is a little symbol of a phone with a cross through it, so the kid should have been able to have used pictures. And then I saw him walk in and he had shorts on and it's been Baltic judged again, and then he walked into the petrol station without a mask on. Now, we have been asked to read on the masks. Whether you agree or not agree, it is not down to the ladies, the lovely ladies that run the fuel station there. They are not security guards. They are simply shop assistants. And I wanted to push the little shit over and stab his tyres. I'm reasonable, right? That's a purely reasonable feeling to have had.
It certainly is.
Yeah?
Because I had an experience today as well.
Oh, really?
Well, I was in a shop, in a queue, and the man in front of me was on his phone, and I thought, if you're still on your phone by the time the checkout operator comes to do your shopping, I'm going to poke you in the back and say, that's rude. I can't do it in work, but I can do it if I'm a customer somewhere else. But he escaped the prod.
Oh, well, it's it's whatever you agree, that is what you've been asked to do.
Yeah.
So just get over yourselves. If they start bringing in fucking enforcements, that means I can't meet people for a drink at Christmas, I'm going to be bloody livid. You've got to think about how this all boils
Wild.
down and affects me. There's a bit more comments. Oh, I hate Facebook for Christmas. Can you sort your face out? Oh, he might have been exempt though. I'm exempt. Well, I
You should
understand
be wearing
that.
one of those badges then that says you're exempt.
You don't have to wear one of those badges, but there was nothing about this kid. And then as he drove off, and it wasn't that late in the day, it was sort of afternoon, there was a can of Red Bull in his coffee cup holder, and I thought, what have you done to make you tired? Got up, you had some lunch for breakfast, you watched some afternoon TV. I had a full picture of this little shit in my head.
Listening to that bloody music
Must be tiring.
Yeah. Probably addles their brain.
Yeah. So that is the Craig has a lanyard. Craig has a lanyard. Good boy,
Excellent.
Craig. So we're moving on to the village update, which is surprising because it's only 22 minutes past.
Wow.
See, I said I was going to try and hold the reins of this ship. I thought, well, you guys are lulling me into a false sense of security and you're going to absolutely destroy the show in a bit. Oh yeah, and I'll mention that at the end. Sorry, I've got written a note for myself. So it is the village update, and this is the bit you've all been waiting for. I really enjoyed looking to the forums this week, and there's usually a theme of what everyone's selling. Sometimes every forum will have some sort of dial-a-diabetic service where they'll bring a 1.5 of fudge or tray bakes or sweets or some sort of confectionery to your door. They'll even put it through the boxes that fit through your letterbox.
Wow.
So you don't even have to interact or admit to the fact you've ordered what could only be described as 18 fillings worth of sugar to be delivered. Treat yourself. But this week, it's all about the sofa bed.
Wow.
Sofa beds
You can't
galore.
put those through the letterbox.
No. There's been those fold-up ones, like the little single ones that we used to have. Normal fold-up ones, the ones in half, the ones that fold out. Yeah, just so many sofa beds. And
are they all buy a collects?
Yes, in fact, there was one sofa for sale, and the gentleman did put that he can't help, lift it or keep social distancing, which I think social distancing has just been brought into people selling heavy items on Facebook Marketplace. He's selling a sofa. His surname was Couch.
Oh.
Yeah. Then it's nice to see that there are a couple of elf hunts. I'm not a massive Elf on the Shelf fan. And I think it's been proven that people of our generation, that when a doll moves independently around the house, the next thing is it's killing you in your sleep. So this, Elf on a Shelf, what's the elf been up to? It's very tiresome. But it's nice to see some of the local villages and shops, and they're putting the elves in the windows. You see where the elf is, you collect the number. That's quite nice. I like that. And so seeing more and more beautiful collections of just street decorations. And what I really like, because I'm up quite early in the morning, is where people have had their trees on from last night because they've gone to bed and forgot to turn the trees off. So I get to see all the nice trees. And then because people leave their windows open for the trees and they've got the lights on, it means you can just see straight into their living rooms. I have a good nose. Goes right past the nets. Now, one gentleman in, let me see, how do I describe it? It's the one with the home bargains.
All right.
Right. The locals wanted a local firm to take over the placement of the Christmas lights down the streets.
Ah.
Yes, instead of, are you aware of this?
No.
Oh, right. Sorry, you are in a very knowing way. And a lot of the residents aren't happy with the overall look.
Ooh.
Now, I thought they didn't look too bad. There's a number of little trees and they've gone sort of white, blue. It's not too bad. Many comments based along the fact that the primary school could have done a better job. and then it's disgusting and it's embarrassing.
Mm.
And I thought the best thing was that somebody ended the chat with, "You have no authority here, Jackie Weaver." If you don't know that, "You have no authority, Jackie Weaver," look it up after the show.
Yeah.
One of the highlights of 2021, I think it was 2021, wasn't it? Yeah.
I think so.
2020, 2021.
I just don't know.
Counts the same.
The years are the same.
This time last week, we tried to work out how old something was.
And we couldn't.
And we couldn't, because we couldn't work out if we had to include 2020 or 20. Yes, brain literally left the room on that one. Craig, I've still got my Halloween decorations up. Wow, good for you. We're going to have the tree up and work from. I'm hoping to keep it up until my birthday in May. Because once Christmas is over, it just becomes a therapy tree. And it's a collection of shiny, sparkly, pretty lights, all in one triangle. Now,
that's what I was going to ask you to get when you went to that shop. I was going to say get one of those boxes, but we can get that at a later date.
I was very lucky they had truck parking and I could get the cat food.
Yeah.
You're
going to put the cat food in that box.
I could have actually, yeah. Hello, Josh. Hello, my love. Join Craig Goth. I take it that's you and not us. I don't know if there's a lot of goths that keep their Christmas trees up until May. Hello, my lovelies from Josh. Hello. Welcome along to the show. Now, the lights are beautiful, but we have seen a lot of Storm Arwen.
Which I'm fully aware of.
Which you're fully aware of now.
It was last week's
where you did think
debacle.
It was a very localized storm.
Yes.
Although apparently on one weather show, it was so bad, it blew Sunderland to the other side of the Mersey.
Really?
Practically over the sea. So yes, but I did really enjoy on one forum, because sometimes it'll be, flower pots, or even is this your dog, is this your cat, is this your flower pot, lots of things happened. Somebody put, if you're missing part of your shed, it's now leaning against the village hall. That was from the village with the chicken. Oh, where's Ray? Oh, they're all off tonight. Now there
Did
is
he send a note?
No, he didn't actually.
Wow.
Next door's wheelie bin flew across from next door into my car. It didn't damage it, did it, Craig? That is awful. Is that an act of God?
Yeah, it is.
And if it wasn't bin day, you should be able to claim against your neighbour for leaving their bins out too long.
No. What if they live in a terraced house and you can't get to the back? It has to stay up the front.
I'm trying to get him his money back. Oh, it's okay, thankfully. Hey mate, where's your wheelie bin? Sorry, had to shoehorn that in. There is somebody now. I love a trier. I do love a trier. There is someone selling a tent on one of the markets.
What, in this weather?
I know. I mean, yeah, aspirational. So they're obviously having a clean out.
A lot of people would buy stuff like that
out of season, get a good price.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's a large tent. And it's a reduced rate because
we bought a gazebo after the summer.
Yes, we did. We got fantastic value for that.
We did indeed.
So this gentleman is selling a tent. It's a 4-man tent. And he says
you need 4 men at the moment to hold it down.
And he said there's a bit of damage from where it's been in storage. So there's a little hole in the bag, and there's a little hole in the ground sheet.
Oh!
I have never seen more obvious teeth marks from mice on a picture in my life. There is no storage that can damage your tent in such a nibbly way. But good luck for trying to fucking sell it. So there's a hole in the ground sheet and a hole in the tent bag, and you're just going to knock out a little bit of money off it and still try and sell it. The whole point of the ground sheet is that it's waterproof.
Yep.
Otherwise, the water will come up through the girt big hole. Oh, look at that. Hello, ladies. Hello, Amanda.
Oh, hello, Amanda.
Hope you're warm. Michael has put, I've watched so much British stuff that I think there's a chance I forgot what the American words were for wheelie bin. Dumpster. Yeah?
Is it? No.
Dump.
Trash can.
A trash can is just a can, and a dumpster is like a really big wheelie bin. So quarter size a dumpster
Is it dump?
is a dump. At most a dumps.
Dumps.
Dumpster is different. Yeah, I know. I didn't. Yes, Michael, God bless him. He was watching some Have I Got News For You the other day. And
did he enjoy it?
He did, but he got stuck on one of those Paul Merton riffs where he was talking about being a dove versus being a seagull, I think, something like that. And even I looked at it, I thought, Merton, I haven't got a clue what you're on about here. Good luck, everyone else. So there is a village. It's the one near Amanda. So the one over the street, and they've got a bus shelter that is no longer being used. The bus shelter.
I was going to say, because they don't have a bus.
No, and there are school buses, but they don't convene where the bus stop is. So somebody has renovated the bus stop to make it back to being, stop worthy, even though there is no intentions for the bus shelter to be used. So they're thinking, what can we use it for? I mean, we've got the one village, like with the chicken, they do a lovely, good community food swap. You've got an amazing book swap.
We have another village has the book.
Yep, take bite to.
Obviously, in this weather, books might get a bit damp.
Well, there's another place with an open book.
Right.
And it's just, they've made sure it's all sheltered. That's brilliant. And I like that somebody put, and I'll make sure I'll give the word in properly because it's in the nuance. A nice crack den. Not just a crack den. They're offering a nice crack den. Thank you for that, Danny.
I didn't think they do that in villages, but hey,
rife.
What do I know?
Rife it is. I saw one gentleman on a forum as well post one of those. Just a funny little meme. Saying like Thriller is 38 years old and Elvis would be 84 years old and just things like that, just a giggle kind of post. And one person put, is this really the proper forum for this kind of stuff?
Wow.
Oh, have a day off, mate. And he went, well, I just, I've just got an opinion, I'm allowed to say it. And then somebody posted, are your opinions really the sort of thing I want to read on this forum? And it turned into a nice little civil war. It was about 3 steps away from having bonfire works mentioned.
That's what forums are for.
Yeah. As opposed to a crack den, CIAIC, get it? A dumpster is different. Dumpster is American for skip. Yes. Well, I always think of a dumpster as having a slight lid, you see. Because in the pictures, when you see the dumpster fires, they've always got a lid. I wonder what they call it. It's not a trash can, but it is a trash can.
It is a trash can.
But
it's just a wheeled
trash can.
There you are. We've sorted that out.
God. I mean, honestly, world peace and hunger next.
Americanisms.
And then updates on the swans. It's getting to the point now where the parents will try and encourage the cygnets to go out on their own. They're not all fully white. There's still speckles of brown feathers in there.
I know, but over the winter.
The ones on the canal near Amanda, they're all still a family. But there was one that was in our old village, and it was made its way, and it was hiding in someone's garden. So one of the rangers, did the whole coat wrap. And they take all the cygnets that are needing rehoming to Exeter to hang out with all the other cygnets because that's the place to be. I mean, it's cheaper ways to get to Exeter, but it's probably more reliable.
Yeah.
And I think we can call each their name: garbage, compost, recycling. Thank you. Hitting the heavy issues. And somebody put. This is what I'm going to finalise the village update with. Has anyone got any straw I can have? Didn't say
farmers have loads,
but didn't say how much.
Yeah, but you have to remember, if you've got a rabbit, you only need this much.
Yeah, but they didn't say if they got a rabbit or they got a horse or they just need to pack something or they were going to instate their house. There was nothing like that. And the woman replied with, "We've got some left over from last night's Jesus in the manger." And she went, "Brilliant! I'm on my way to get it." Times are hard. Jesus,
recycling the hay.
Honestly, he's done. he's on to the next one. The straw's being reused. It's upcycle, reuse, recycle. I can't wait to find out what they used the Jesus for. But apparently it was a real baby, so they probably kept that one. Yeah, but I mean, I believe the manger's already on Airbnb.
All right.
Yeah, minus the straw
And the baby.
and the baby. Have you seen about the canal bridge where I live? Yes, I heard. Somebody drove into it. My friend mentioned it because I couldn't work out for ages. I thought it was a bridge that you would drive under. I couldn't work out what happens, but no, it's a bridge you drive over and somebody's hit it, but I'm not quite sure to what damage. If you've got any pics, Amanda, send them over because I do love a bit of goss. I'll show them to the counsellors. Jesus turned straw into gold, or was that Rumpelstiltskin? That
Yes,
was Rumpelstiltskin.
Rumpelstiltskin.
Yeah. It was Jesus turned wool into gold. Don't
No,
fact check
didn't.
me. Again, I've been using Google for fact checking.
No,
Oh.
No, he didn't do that.
No, let's change the
He
head.
just turned water into wine,
Water into wine, that's the one.
which is the most important.
Yeah, exactly.
one.
Of all. I mean, what can you really do with gold on a Friday night when all the shops are shut?
Yeah.
Sending them now. Brilliant. I love that. We'll see those after the show. Thank you very much, darling. Short birthday section this week. Because I forgot to take pictures of whose birthdays it were along the week. So Francis Johnson, a friend from Exeter. I've had many a nice boogie times. There's a gang of people that all go out at the same time to the Levellers and to Dreadzone, and she's part of that gang. So sending many birthday wishes. Viv from Swansea, lovely Viv.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Her birthday tomorrow. Mark Scarrett, a guy I used to work with many lifetimes away. I worked with him in festivals in Spain as well. He's had his birthday. And then most importantly, Mark Cameron.
Wow.
Happy birthday for
Happy
yesterday.
birthday.
He'll be on the road now. So yes, happy birthday, darling. Many returns. Day before yesterday, sorry. And yes, love you very much. So that was a very short and succinct birthday. Sometimes we have too many to mention, sometimes only a few. So the TV and radio section. Now, radio, still on the Whimsy Strong Case of Poison, which came across as absolutely fascinating. The more I listen to the introduction, the more I'm aware that it is such an amazing snapshot at the time and the way that women were treated, and then how it's really sort of identified step by step that it's a case of gaslighting and narcissism as well. So I'm really glad
Back in the old days.
Back in the olden days, because that's all finished now.
Yeah. When it was, you're a bad wife.
Yeah, well, at
Sorry,
least the
darling.
happy start of it is this guy dies within the first scene.
Is that because the wife hadn't darned his socks properly and then he got hypothermia?
Yes, that will be it. She had an exposed ankle, so he knew she was cheating. Always listening to my Jace and PJ podcast, and I have watched 42,000 minutes or something. I don't know if people had this Spotify stats, because I have it on in the background every day, all day, when I'm driving and doing my stuff, and I'm in the house, if I'm washing up, doesn't matter where I'm, I'll just have it on. So I've watched I listened to quite a few minutes of that podcast. And also it said that because, we always have Imagine Dragons on to paint.
Mm-hmm.
We are in their top 2% of listeners on Spotify.
Wow.
But I wouldn't say we've listened to that much.
But we might be the only people.
Yeah. Obviously, the Venn diagram of Imagine Dragons and Spotify, not that big. So yes, we can pride ourselves with being we're the reason they're on there. And Archers. Hazel Woolley. I love the fact she's turned up to cause some trouble, but the way she uses the word daddy every other sentence, considering she is in her 60s, makes my skin crawl. Oh, was that daddy's money? Oh!
Well, we get people come in and they call their mothers mummy. And the mother is like 80 and the daughter's like...
If I say mummy, it's followed with, can I have?
Yes.
Yeah, it's it's a prefix to an ask.
Yes.
At no point would I just be like, "Oh, mummy, I had a lovely time today," because that's fucking weird. And I think they deliberately do it. Craig, happy hippo birdie ooganu gnu oo. My mate Andy Partington is the sound engineer for the Archers. Ooh, is he in charge of the gravel for the footsteps?
Shutting that door.
So then that happened, and doing that, and then yes. So TV wise, I had a couple of minutes spare to myself, and because when Mum's out and I can watch anything I want, I sit there and I genuinely can't think of anything I want to watch at all. So not Teen Titans. Sorry, that's the name of the comic book. Titans popped up, and I did start Titans in season 1, but my interest wavered. I used to that's it. I used to download them. I used to watch them on the ferry to Dover and Calais. It was always just about 1.5 episodes long. So yeah, I've enjoyed that, but I just clicked anywhere, and I actually picked it up somewhere in the middle of season 2, and it looks like they have put a bit more attention into it, with story writing and stuff like that. I probably will watch a couple more, but it needs to have a chat with yourself for me to continue. It's very dark. It is very dark. And there's something about Dove that just makes me want to shake her. I love Dick. I love Dick's character. I think I'll just say that. Dick Grayson, of course, everybody knows the original Robin, who's now going to be, it's showing his evolution into going, I'm Nightwing. But it's like, oh, come on, mate. You've been saying you're not Robin for a couple of weeks now. It's quite clearly you're going to become Nightwing. Mr. Irish, hello. Hi. Greetings. So that's it. Now, we did watch a brilliant Christmas movie.
Yes, we did.
With Carey Hughes, who's the Dread Pirate Roberts from Princess Bride, and Brooke Shields from Brooke Shields.
And her eyebrows are still very bushy.
I know that she is no longer wearing those bodies, but with high-waisted jeans, but that's all I can see her in. Her hair is still great. It's A Castle for Christmas. It's a Netflix original Christmas movie. And I have to say, I did like it. And it was set in Scotland.
Yes.
And not everybody who is in it is Scottish, but they do good, because a lot of British actors in there. Oh, Mr. Irish is John Luke, by the way. Oh, hi, babe. Bit posh. What about you, Luke? And Jason, R.I.P. Jason Todd, Happy Resurrection, Jason Todd. Oh, I know. Bit of annoyance though, isn't he? So it's a good movie. It's cheesy, it's heartfelt.
It's a Christmas movie.
It's
what
a Christmas
more
movie. I liked it. I liked it. And it goes to show just how many people have got big houses and they can't afford to heat them. That was the underlying.
Yes.
Yeah. So
but that's all big houses.
will he keep the castle or not? Oh, you have to watch it and find out. Then after that, we went on to watching Red Notice. By this point though, it's Friday night, it's 11 o'clock. I'm working on reserve energy. So I fell asleep and I woke up and Mum said, don't bother watching that film again. And I went, oh, what film did we put on? And she went, I don't know, The Rock was in it. And I was like, oh, Red Notice. She went, yeah, it was shit, you fell asleep. There you go, another review from Christine.
I didn't even stay in the room. I just did other stuff. So it was that gripping.
I could tell you some stories. Is that by the Archers, Craig? We'd like to know all of them. I'm a big Archers fan, and I'm big on the Archers forum as well. Then we have a look. We'll wait until next Comedy Writers Club soon. Oh, that'll be next Monday. And Titan Season 3 coming soon. I better get through Season 2 or I'll be late. We're still ploughing on with the ever so faithful Castle on Amazon.
Yes, we are. Still can't remember any of it at all.
Every episode's a new episode.
Yeah.
We didn't realise that Graham Norton was back because we just hadn't seen any advertising for it.
Because we haven't been watching
Because we don't watch terrestrial TV anymore. So then when we did discover Graham Norton, there were 12 episodes. So we just bang, bang, bang,
Binged.
bang, 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 bang through it. Anyone that started singing that we didn't like, next. Quick to the red chair, next episode. Perfect. That's how it should be. Josh Lewis, he's a big fan of Princess Bride. Hello, my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. What do I want? I want my father back. I love that movie. We're big fans.
Yes.
And then we haven't listened to it yet, but guess who's back on the radio? Mark Steele is back in town.
Oh, brilliant.
Thank you very much.
Brilliant.
So we're looking forward to
I
that.
also like The Policeman. Just call him The Policeman.
The Policeman. I'll come up with his name for next week. Damn it. Thanks for putting me on the show, on the spot, on the show. No, I liked Red Notice. It looked like it should have been good, but I have no memory because by that point...
The minute it had started and Lucy had fallen asleep, I just looked at it and I thought, no, this is not for us, because if Lucy had been awake, we would have switched it off. So I just went out and carried on with
So
what
it's
I
The
had
Rock.
to do.
Is it Ryan Reynolds as well? Am I making that up? And it's definitely Gail Bardot.
There was some really, really, really good bad acting.
Perfect. And there's a couple of films you've saved for Christmas as well. Also, Craig, I'm not sure you mean the understanding of that word. I don't know what. Oh, inconceivable. Nice one, Craig. And Josh is like, did someone say The Princess Bride? Yes. We are this would be what I'd call the plug section usually. So for anybody that is going to be in and about Tiverton on December the 10th, which is this Friday, it is Reclaim the Night Tiverton, where we will be walking through the streets. And
Street walkers.
to prove that people have the right, male or female, or non-binary, or yet undefined. Can I finish this, Chris?
Yes.
Thanks. Has the right to walk home safely. It's a really, really basic thing to be able to ask for in this day and age. But if we've learned anything from the recent young lady Becky from Plymouth, or especially Sarah Everett, we don't have those rights, and hopefully we can soon. It'd be nice to see everyone come out. So just fucking please, I hope for good weather. And I've got 3 days to write my speech.
Right, last night.
Ryan Reynolds, yes.
Last night, 4 little shit bags came into where I work, headed to the toilet. One came out and walked off. The other 3 came out and said, sorry, but our mate jumped on the toilet and he's broken it and there's water everywhere. So I thought, well, I didn't hear a crash. So I said, oh. Well, I said, you know what that means, don't you? They said, what? I said, you're not welcome here anymore. So my manager went in, had a look, and he hadn't jumped on it and broken it, but they had put 4 of the big commercial toilet rolls down the toilet, kept flushing it and blocked it.
Something to do, isn't it?
So then, because they were
told
off, because they were told off, they kept coming back and forth and moving the trolleys everywhere. So hopefully they will not be on the streets tomorrow night.
And Mum and Dad will soon be glad for school to start again. It's beginning to look. What? Little scroats.
Yeah.
Love it.
But you know what I put it down to? They don't have any attention at home. So because they don't have any attention at home,
They're looking for negative attention
they
elsewhere.
have to go and look for attention elsewhere, irrespective of what attention it is.
Craig has put that's quite bog standard behaviour.
Oh.
And there's always time for a pun when it comes to the comedy writers. Well done, Craig. So yes, if you can join us Friday night, please do. If you know anybody that lives in Mid Devon, please let them know as well that they can join Reclaim the Night. The right to walk home safely. I wonder what need event I missed. Pretty much, it's the Reclaim the Night, Michael, is a movement, literally a walk, that started in the 70s in Liverpool, I believe, and it's just about the women and men in the community of the town coming out once a night, once a year, when it's dark, and walking through the streets, and it helps identify the fact that, women can't go jogging at night, or you wouldn't go walk the dog at night, whereas a man wouldn't think anything of it. Oh, it's late, I've got to go walk the dog. Stick one of those glow things around his neck, go for a walk. But a woman wouldn't bloody do that. How many times does a man remember to pack everything safely to leave the house and put his keys through his fingers just in case he gets attacked on the way to the car? How often does a man go, I know it does happen to men, and not all men, not all women, etc., but have they ever sat in the back, walked home with 999 on their phone with their finger on the call button ready? I have. Looked at downloading the Hollyguard app for safety walking at home. It's you don't see them giving out a lot of rape alarms to males at university freshers. So that's what I'm doing. It's not exactly a comedy night, but it is, it's an event I've been really closely involved in. Lindy is the main driving force behind it, so hopefully that'll be amazing. Oh wow, I'm surprised this isn't an event in the USA. Also, thank you for explaining. I help my 19-year-old co-worker at home when I can. She's a woman. Yeah. And Craig is also back to the toilet, kids. Bit of a crap situation.
It is.
A tissue of lies from those lads.
Yes.
Yeah. And I would have stuck their heads down the toilet and flushed. Not a pun, more of an action.
Yeah.
But then again, I am leaning towards violence more and more nowadays. That would be awesome to end. That's fantastic. Yep. Oh, Noel saying, last one from Noel, Red Notice is a good film. Maybe I'll give it a go, but when she's not there. Yes. So lastly, just thank you to everyone, obviously to Leona, to Amanda, to all the poddies, to all the warriors, to Chris, to Elizabeth, to Mervyn, not Ray still. He's got it. Yes, Mary, no Ray.
Bad boy.
And just a big thank you for everybody watching.
Oh, and a big thank you for Tracy for tomorrow.
Yeah, and obviously to all the guys I work with, for Steve, Tonks, Robert, Tim, and all the others. And so this is the last 4 of 4.
Oh, and for me, James.
All right, yeah. And can I
be my guest?
I don't want to interrupt you. That's fine. And so next week is our last show of 2021. It is the Christmas party. There will be snacks. There will be drinks. There will be Christmas crackers. There will be decorations. There will be sequins. So please, please, please join me. It would be absolutely fantastic. Where if there is anything good from 2021, we will try and remember it. So bring your suggestions with you. Jason,
gosh, gonna have to think hard about it.
Yeah, I mean, one of my favorite memories of 2021 has to involve Jason. He doesn't even know from the show. Yeah, that's possibly it. But
okay.
Yeah. So I'm already putting my cards on that one. So yes, thank you ever so much, everybody. This show was dedicated to Sergio. Yeah. Live life fast, but responsibly.
We've got 6 minutes.
6 minutes, especially as I was trying to do a half-hour show again.
Exactly.
You wouldn't believe I only write a half-hour show. But thank you again for all getting involved on the chat. I love you so much. I will see you next Tuesday.
And I'll see you next week. Don't forget, have a drink ready. Mince pie, it's party time.
Yeah, it's holiday time. Yes, Jason, you. So thank you very, very much. Everybody, love you, Noel. Thank you very much.
Love you very much, Noel.
Edward Smith, good morning, all. We're saying goodbye. You'll have to watch on Catch Up, available through Lucy Orchard Comedy on Facebook, or Joke Quit Connecting Comedy on Facebook, or youtube.com/Lucy Orchard. Follow me on Twitter, the Lucy Fool. Please see you next week at 9 p.m. for the Christmas show. Thanks. Stay safe. Enjoy the walk. Will did it. Edward, I'm so sorry. We overran. We shouldn't even be here. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Miss you. Love you, Noel.